Hello, it's Don. All right, back on the job again. We're working. We made these side rails, aluminum pipes for my 22 Pango over there, and they're going to start at the transom, go forward to about the center console. Got a couple pole holders on the back. We also made the rod holders that went up and over the live well, and on those I just basically polished them up and wiped them all down good with a ceramic auto polish. We're going to do kind of a test here, see how that holds up. On my side rails, we're going to paint these, but they're aluminum, and this is a mistake a lot of people make when you paint your aluminum. It's not just about the primer and the paint that's used, but the preparation. Well, really any paint, but aluminum, you really got to scrub it good. And what I've got here is a bucket with some, I'm using some Simple Green, but you want to use some Purple Power or, some good strong detergent. And I've got a good green Scotch-Brite here, and we're going to scrub these things. We're going to scrub them good because your paint job is only as good as your prep job. So we're going to scrub these, top, bottom, front, back, inside and out. Get them all thoroughly. I mean, if you don't see marks where you've washed it, that's potentially where your paint's going to peel off after the fact. And then you can use a two-part epoxy primer or a aluminum etching primer. I'm going to be using two-part epoxy primer. I've had very good luck with that aluminum. So, hey, let's just get after it. Let's get this thing scrubbed up, and then we're going to prime it, paint it, install it on the Panga, and hopefully in a couple days here we're going fishing again. The weather's looking good. Let's get after it. About see that change color when I'm scrubbing on it here. That's how you know you're getting into it. It's taking some of the shine off. I don't know how well it shows it, but it's going to have like a dull whitish look to it versus a shiny aluminum look. And if you don't get that all dulled out, you're just not going to be happy with your paint job after the fact. And just like that, we got them done. What I've done, I've screwed them down to this board, got them up on both sides so they're good and solid. And it's a little higher off the ground so I can get underneath there. This now, painting round tube is a little tricky. It's easy to make a run. You really got to take your time. It's not like painting a flat surface or one surface or two surfaces for that matter. If you think about it, we got 10 surfaces. We got to go all the way around. You can't be too close with the gun. So we're going to back off a little bit, more so than I would normally, 10 inches normally where I'm at. I'm probably going to be 12, 14 inches, and I'm going to just take my time, get a light coat all the way around like you should do anyways. We'll come back, we'll put a second coat on it, backed off a little bit. We don't want it running on here. And this is two-part epoxy. It dries pretty fast, and half hour later we can put our top coat on there. Okay, so it's all set up. Let me get some paints mixed up, get my respirator on, get the gun ready to go, and we'll be painting. Okay, we're ready to spray. We got our bars all set up, cleaned, wiped down with Prep All. Got them wiped down with a tack rag just to get any extra fuzz off. You can see I got a little piece of cardboard down here, and I've got my spray gun set up. On this job, you can't really use a cup gun with a siphon feed or a cup above. You have to use a disposable cup. You have to be able to turn your gun upside down, right side up, everywhere, and you can't do that otherwise. So a gun with a disposable cup so you can turn it upside down, get underneath those bars. But one of the most important things, and you can see I got this piece of cardboard down here, and before you take off with your gun, I put a little lacquer thinner in my gun here already, and I can check my air pressure and my fan right here on a piece of cardboard, make sure everything's where I want it. And I can check my air pressure. I'm right good there. Okay. So we're ready to go on that. Now I already got my paint mixed up. Just got to put on my respirator. Here's my cup of paint, 2-part epoxy, already mixed up. It's time to go. Let's do it. Put on some gloves. You see I switched to a long sleeve t-shirt. I just don't like to have all that overspray on me. You know, I always scrub up good when I'm done, but you know, long sleeve t-shirt. Obviously I wear a respirator. I got a beanie to keep all the overspray out of my hair. You know, in the long run, the better they say, the better the paint is, the worse it is for you. All right, okay. Let's do it. Let's get it done. I'm going to point the camera where it needs to be. You can watch me spray this. It's just going to be a light, quick coat to start with because they're round pipes. And they have a tendency to make it real easy to run. And obviously we don't want that to happen. We want just to have a nice, smooth, even coat. We'll do 2 light coats instead of, you know, try to do it all in one. Okay, I see I paint pretty fast with that, but unlike normal, I'm holding pretty far back. I mean, I'm a good 12, 14 inches away. A round pipe, you got to figure that one spot is always closer all the way around, so you got to go hard and fast from a distance. So we got it all the way around, top, bottom. This is 2-part epoxy. It dries pretty quick here in about 15 minutes. I'll be able to put my second coat on. We got it all the way around. It came out good. You can see why you have to use a disposable cup gun now, not one with a siphon can. You got to be able to paint upside down, right side up, however, and you just can't do that with a regular siphon gun. All right, I'm going to let this sit for a few more minutes. We're going to run out the second coat. It's getting late now. I probably won't be able to finish it tonight, but tomorrow we'll put the top coat on it in the morning. And you know, it's a 2-part paint. It dries fast, so by the end of the day tomorrow, we'll get this mounted on the boat. All right, thanks for joining me. We'll be right back. Okay, good morning. It's the next day, obviously. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. It was a little dewy last night. Things were wet. Things were cool. I had to wait for it to warm up. I've moved my bars to the outside here. I got a little overspray on my concrete. I forgot when you're painting bars, forgot to mention that. There's a lot of overspray. You know, you only got a little paint going on them bars. It ain't like painting a flat surface where, you know, 80%'s on. This time 80%'s off. Anyways, the gun's already mixed up. I've got my better gun now. I won't put epoxy primer through my good gun. You know, I use a less expensive gun for that. Everything's wiped down, ready to go. My paint's all mixed up. It's in my disposable cup. Gun's ready. Already have tested it on the cardboard and got my pattern the way I want it. I'm cutting down my air pressure a little bit because once again I want to go light. I've thinned this out 25%. Because I want good coverage, but now when you do that, it makes it a little easier to run. We don't want to run, so let's set you up. And we'll get this painting process going. Okay, that was our first coat. Just like before, a little further away than what you normally do because of the pipe work. A little lower pressure, just trying to get in there and get a light coat on it. Got good coverage. You can see I chose a silver metallic, so it almost looks like the aluminum. That was what I was going after. It looks good right there in the sun. Anyways, we're going to let this set up. I think the flash time on this is about 15 minutes. Come back, put our final coat on there, and let it set for the day. And then we'll get it mounted on the boat. I'm excited. All right, thanks for joining me. Okay, we got them all painted up. We got them in the baking oven now. out here in the sun. I'm gonna let these dry for the day out here, then we're gonna get them installed on the boat. Looks good. All right, I hope some of this helped you. Thanks for joining.